How's it going, my truant people? Dr. Slacking, the Slacking Doctor, back on Pokemon Showdown for another OU Live today. And today we are celebrating my boy METABEE, who's one of the 2 MVPs in our last IBL battle. If you haven't checked out IBL Week 3, check it out. It went up on Sunday and it was a great game. The whole IBL League actually has been, all the battles have been fantastic games. So, but as always, I'm trying to celebrate each Tuesday an MVP from one of our Draft League games. That's kind of the idea. It won't always be the case, but sometimes. This week I'm going on holiday, if you don't know, so I didn't have time to build my own team or anything like that. So instead, I went on Smoke on Forums, I was looking through some stuff, and on Mr. Jamvaz's wall, I managed to find a Mega Pinsir team, which is what I've been browsing for and trying to find, made by someone called Meat Grinder, who I think makes a lot of teams for a lot of the bigger YouTubers. So it wasn't like a public forum, so I think it's fine for me to use it, but I want to give full credit and full transparency that the team was made by someone called Meat Grinder, and I found it via Mr. Jamvad. And if you guys want to use the team, it'll be linked down in the description in the poker paste. I reordered some of the moves, and I changed some of the nicknames, because I like to have nicknames on the channel. But other than that, it's a completely original Meat Grinder team. I played one game before this just to try and get up to speed with the team. I got blown back, but I understood what I did wrong, so hopefully now I'll be able to give us a good video with this team. So what we have is we have like a Specs Ash Graham, we have an Unburden Coco Lucius tandem with a Z Wild Charge Physical Coco, which is pretty cool with Hidden Power Ice on there. Quick Attack, Swords Dance Return, Earthquake Standard METABEE. And a Rocks, Gyro, Knockoff, Leech Seed, Pharaoh, and a Defog. Gliscor. One thing I kind of wish is that we had U-Turn instead of Spikes on Ashgren. I know Spikes is standard on Ashgren, but with a team where you're always having to defog for the Mega Pinsir, I feel like Hazard Stack isn't that viable. And I would love to be able to pivot on things like this big Tang here to bring in Mega Pinsir. But alas, that's not the case. So this looks like a fairly standard Boom Azelf lead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lead with Gren. We outspeed Azelf. And if it's Sash Rocks Boom, we're going to U-turn into Pharaoh. I don't know. I want to make sure that I want to make him choose between Boom or Rocks, but that wouldn't really do that, would it? How useful is Jiraiya? Jiraiya is like quite useful. It's not incredibly good though. Like he does have Volcanion and whatever. I'm just gonna straight up Dark Pulse. As the Tangrowth comes out, he doesn't even risk his Azelf. Okay, maybe that's an indication that he isn't Sash Azelf. Pharaoh, do these things run HP Fire? I'm going to pivot into Pharaoh in case he's got like the Sleep Powder, because I don't want Pinsir going to sleep. Otherwise, I'd go hard Pinsir here as he goes for the knock. So we lose our Chopal, but I don't think that's that important against this team. Like, yeah, there's a Hitmontop, but it's Hitmontop. Double into Mega Pinsir because I think the Hitmontop could come out now. Wanting to spin away our hazards and stuff. There it is. We get the slower pivots. We can bring in Pinsir. I did change Pinsir to be Moxie before it Mega Evolves because I thought that might be useful. I'm not sure. I think maybe Hypercutter would be more useful here, to be honest. And let's look for his Mega Pinsir switch in. We just Mega Evolve and click Return. Does this thing have this thing has Static? That's obnoxious. So this is his Mega Pinsir switch in. I didn't even I don't even consider this a Pokemon. What is that? I can't stop it. Alright, so, I mean, that looks fairly Fizz-Def if we did 22, right? Resisted. So that's doing, like 60, well, like, you gotta factor in Stab, I guess, haven't you? So, I don't think Earthquake will KO from this range. We do have a pretty easy Gliscor switch, it looks to me, though. Like, I didn't even know this thing got Scald. What the fuck is that about? This should be Tangrowth, I'm guessing. Coming out for him. And the way that we win this game, I think, is by breaking with Mega Pinsir. So, I miss our Toxic. That sucks. That really sucks. I'm going to Toxic again. And then I'm going to spam Defog and Rooster's stuff. I don't think these things are an Ice Beam. It's worth scouting, I guess. Could be running Fire Blast. I'm going to go hard. I'm going to Toxic, then go Hard Grind, because it doesn't look like his potential Rock. Whoop! Boop! I should have gone Hard Grind. We're going Hard Grind on what should be an Ice Beam, I'm guessing. Nice play. You know, nice. No, in fact, I'm going to drop him a nice. Nice. That was a good play. I credit where credit's due. You got me. You got me bad. T-Bot was straight into a Gliscor. It's brave shit. This should be this should always be Stunfisk. Like, I don't see why you would. Yeah. So we get some Rocky Helmet chip on us. It's not the end of the world. Go Gliscor again. And I'm going to double back into Coco on the Azelf potential. I don't think he stays in an Earth Power. He stays in an Earth Power. This man's just a god. But, like, I don't think he just stays in an Earth Power. I should have set a timer for this episode. I think I'm going to record for about 5 minutes. Okay, Hitmontop. Alright. It sucks that we are physical, but I'm tempted to go for a Z Gigawatt Havoc here. Is that a choke play? No, I don't think he... I'm going to go for the Gigawatt Havoc. We'll see. He has 2 great switch-ins, so... yeah, I'm just going to U-turn. He has 2 great switch-ins. And we are at -1, which is like... But I feel like he could be like AV, Hitmontop, and could just whatever. So I could have stayed in. But it's fine. This gives me the boy, which we've been wanting. So, I'm going to SD this time. I think Stunfisk comes out again from the way my opponent's played. So we get that play right. And this puts him in a really difficult spot because we can just Earthquake and Quick Attack for a good amount of damage. I think the Absol will come out, maybe, because it outspeeds us. And it's pretty much all he can go into. I mean, he's saying GG. I don't know. I don't know if it's GG. Like, Absol, I guess Sucker Punch won't kill. Really? I don't want to say GG. I don't like to. I don't like to. It's just not my style. I don't like to. I don't like to say GG on turn 13 when there's 5 mons left on my opponent's team. It's just not my style. I've broken the Sash. If it was Sash Azelf, Tangrowth obviously goes down. Hitmontop obviously goes down. Absol. Right, so this is the problem. Do I Quick Attack on the Absol and try and outspeed? I think he has to Sucker Punch, right? Because Return just kills. Do we think a +2? I'm gonna calc it. I'm gonna calc it. I don't think about Adamant. Oh, I've just typed in the word damage. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the damage calc. I don't think we're Adamant, right? That's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. 409 attack stat. Pinsir. Mega Pinsir Wall Breaker. 409 attack stat. +2, I think it is. Against... I don't think he got an Intimidate off on us yet, did he? Against Mega Absol. Quick Attack does kill. Quick Attack does kill. So, there's no reason not to Quick Attack here. He should Sucker, which he does. But there was no reason for us not to Quick Attack, because if he'd gone for like a Fire Blast or something that could have killed us, and we'd gone for a Return, that would have been a bit of a choke, so... maybe you should have... Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you should have tried to play around with something like this. Even at -1, I betting to this kills, but... I'm just going to Return. Like, Bullet Punch won't do too much. Yeah, GG. GG, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing. I thought maybe Absol, like, if he crit with the Absol or whatever, like, maybe. He's saying nice chip in the chat, like, because I just chipped the things I needed to, I guess is what he's saying. Oh no, maybe nice chip with the Bullet Punch. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know exactly what he means. Oh, okay, that didn't kill, so we go down. We don't have to speed that, do we? No. See, that's why I don't like to say GG too early. I assumed that would killed, as he did. He's still in a really bad spot, though. Like, I'm pretty sure HB Ice will kill, so... no, I'm just going to U-turn. There's no reason not to U-turn, because if he goes... Yeah, he sacks this. Which, oh, how do I want to play this? It gives me Gliscor, and I think I need to chip down the Volcanion, as he gives me the Tangrowth, which isn't ideal. So I want to Toxic to Tangrowth. We're in the driving seat, but like we don't want to choke away this game for sure. As he crits, see there we go. As he crits the Hidden Power Ice. Now, fortunately, I think we will beat this 1v1 with Roost. I don't think that HP Ice will do enough after a Roost. So I'm pretty sure Gliscor will get us the chip that we want on this, and then we'll get us the chip that we want on Volcanion too. So there we go. See, that's the nice thing about losing your flying type when you Roost, is that you prevent HP Ice from really doing too much. But yeah, makes me play with the Giga Drain. Still going to Roost. Like, I still think it's my best play to Roost. He's doing 52%, so without Toxic Orb recovery, like a Poison Heal recovery, he's not out damaging us. And whilst he's getting quite a lot of recovery back, Toxic obviously stacks and is going to put him in a difficult spot. So as he goes for another Giga Drain to 63 that time. What are these rolls from 53 to 63? That's wild. There's really no reason for me not to go Pharaoh here at this point. There's no reason for me to risk this. If I go Pharaoh, I don't really lose anything. As he goes Volcanion, it's fine. Like I said, I don't really lose anything. I'm going to go for Rocks as he goes for Surb. We can always break the Surb with Gliscor, so it's not the end of the world. And he can Fire Blast. That's fine. We just EQ to break the Surb. And he can Steam Eruption to kill us. It's not really an issue. We go Coco. We get a Terrain up. And we just Z into the... I want to U-turn. Like, but there's no point, because then if we lose Lucha, we genuinely might lose. So I'm just going to Z here. I think he has to go Tangrowth, but I'm hoping that we'll be putting it in range or whatever. And if he goes Tangrowth, I can then U-turn into Lucha. And the benefit of getting our rocks up is that we the Volcanion comes back in at like 70% ish. Yeah, like takes 25, so it's going to come in at like 70%. So that's the benefit of kind of getting the rocks up. I'm just going to U-turn here and go Lucha. He shouldn't be able to KO Lucha with anything. HP Ice bounces off. And the Volcanion now will still lose to Coco in the back. I'm going to high jump kick because it's our most accurate move to hit him with, and I don't want to give him a free sub. That's the only way I can see us really struggling it. I mean, I could just go for Acro, I guess. Yeah, why not I doing that? I should just go for Acro. 100%. Because that's the only thing we need to prevent is a sub. If we prevent a sub, we're just got suddenly really dark in here. I hope it's not really dark for you guys all of a sudden. It is. It's really dark for you guys all of a sudden. Yeah. It got dark while I was recording this. Let me put some lights on for us so we can see what we're doing. Dear me. Ooh, that's a bit better. That's a bit brighter. Oh, right. What happened? I acroed. He went for the Surb. GG. My opponent... But I think he played really well, actually. I think he fought back as hard as he could. But... I just don't think he had the matchup, honestly. I don't think his team... It was a very cool team. But there's a reason why you can see a team like that in the 1500s, but you don't really see it in the... 1800s or whatever. It's because like that team just lacked checks to things, like checks to Pinsir. Really, it lacked like the combination of return plus earthquake, just like, and quick attack just blew through his team. So Coco looks like it has a decent matchup. There is a drill. The drill's weird. Like that's what is that? Sash lead drill. Balloon lead drill. It might be balloon lead drill. So I'm gonna lead off with Jiraiya and try and just pump into it. It doesn't really give me a bad lead against anything. Okay, so I'm guessing it's Sash lead drill. I'm still just gonna pump into it and bring him down to his Sash. As he goes for rocks. This should be Keldeo, Serp, or Mence. Which one do I think? I think it's probably most likely Keldeo. So I'm going to go Pharaoh. I was going to say, he should never let me get my Battle Bond up. It is Keldeo. Oh, I don't have Power Whip. Shit. Oh, man. Oh, I should have gone Coco. This could have been better. I thought I had Power Whip. I was like, yeah, with Chopal Berry, I'll get a Power Whip. It's a good bait for it. Nope. That ain't going to happen. Okay, let's seed up. We tank that with the Chopal. We get some recovery back. And then we'll... I think that might be Specs, maybe, because we're quite Spadef, and that did quite a lot. As Victini comes out. Do I think it's Scarftini on this build? Do I think it's Scarftini on this build? I don't think it's Scarftini. I think it's like more likely to be like Scarf Serp or whatever. I'm going to Gigavolt Havoc into it. It's Scarftini. Fuck! Oh, that was a foolish play. I should have always just gone Battlefield. But that gives me the defog that I want. So, it is what it is. Definitely sucks because we lose our terrain. But we can just go Lucha here and at least get something out of it. And we can prevent this thing from just, like, being a pain. Well, I mean, you can't stay insta. What do you go into? Do I SD? I'm gonna SD because I think he either protects or pivots out. Yeah, he pivots out into the Alolan Golem. Now, is this thing sturdy? That's the question. I'm clicking high jump kick and giving no shits as he goes out into drill. I don't think he's sturdy on that Golem. And we're putting him in a bit of a tough spot. If we land this edge, does this? Yeah. Oh, Tony! Come on, Tony! Come on, the masked man. Is he coming through for us? God, Halucha's a terrifying one if you let it get an SD. The reason I went for that SD there was because, like, with his Serp, I don't know what he could do, really. Just staying in, I didn't, like, he could glare as I guess. I think he should have done that. I think his best play was to avoid giving me a boost at all costs. Sometimes you're better stacking them on and attacking than switching out and letting them set up. Because if once I got to +2, I swept his whole team, it seems. He obviously was Moxie Mence, not Intimidate Mence. So, yeah, from, like, his point of view, if you know you haven't got an Intimidate Mence and you can't stop a +2 Lucha from sweeping you, don't ever let a Lucha get to +2 without doing something to it. Do you know what I mean? Like, just glare it or anything you can do. Try and prevent it in any way you can. So, I think he misplayed and stuff, but yeah, we're going to end it there. I have no idea how long we've been recording for. It might be a bit of a shorter live today. But if you want to use this team, we did get to see METABEE in action in that first game, and he put in some work. So if you want to use this Mega Pinsir team, again, shout out to Meat Grinder and Mr. Jamvad, who I completely got this team from those two. As I say, not my team at all. So shout out to them. And if you want to use this team, it's linked down in the description. Thank you so much for living around with me, and I'll catch you again next time.